What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Busting Balls. I'm your host, Eric Pennell. What's going on out there, huh? Everybody doing well out there? I gotta watch it. I got a 4-year-old in the room, so I gotta kind of cut my. If you hear me spelling things out, you know, if it's like, man, why is he spelling out all these racial things? It's like because I got a kid in the room. No racial stuff. Just joking. Those are jokes, okay? White people that always got a problem with everything, these are just jokes. BLACK people that are always, trying to find it out there. Guess what? If you're pointing to me and you think I'm the guy that's your enemy, you're way off the target, pal. Okay, sorry. I give a little bit of honesty out there. Sorry, I'm an honest type of guy. I'm sorry. I'm trying to tell you the truth to help you out. Whatever happened to that? Whatever happened to that? You got an uncle that drinks too much or something like that, which I do, and this ain't about him, but we all have uncles that drink a little too much, cousins, dads, we all got that. All right, I don't know how I got to lay this out, but why am I the bad guy? And why am I not valued as the friend that's trying to tell you that you got a problem, dog? Like, you might want to step your game up a little bit in this direction. Like, why am I the bad guy? So the person that's not the bad guy, that is seeing you do wrong in life, and I'm talking about everybody, not just one certain color of anything. I'm talking, why is that the bad person? Why are they the phobe? Why are they the racist? Why are they the ones when all they're trying to do is say, hey, dog, I really like you. There's a lot of things about you I dig, but you need to step your game up because you're drinking too much. You're doing too much DRUGS's. It's a little violent over there. You might want to get married every once in a while and stay with your baby mom and your kids, mother and stuff like that. And build a life and kind of put your finances together and work as a team and as a family and then get ahead that way. I don't know. I mean, maybe two people together working as a team and a loving team and as a one unit, you might get ahead better, than trying to do it one-on-one and kind of constantly being at war with each other and constantly, not allying up and stuff like that and working together. I don't know. Why am I the bad guy? Because I say that. Why are people like me? I'm the one that's trying to help you out. If I was your true enemy, I would just shut up and never tell you anything about yourself. I would just let them the real enemy honestly is the ones that don't say nothing and just go, let them do it. Let your uncle drink so much, let your cousin drink so much, let him, he's doing a little bit too many DRUGS's. Oh, okay. Don't say nothing. Let him. That's a true enemy. Okay. And also, if you think an enabler is your buddy, good luck with that. Good luck with that blue hair mother out there that's like, let him do the DRUGS's and let him do that. Let him live in the basement. Let him work part-time. I know he's 26. He's 24. I know he or she doesn't have any goals. All they're all is on TikTok all day doing, dropping truth bombs in their mind. Like, all these people on the internet that have done nothing. They have nothing. Their mom and dads are still paying their cell phone bills. They're still paying their car insurance. They live at home. They're on their mom and dad's health insurance because they're under 26 or whatever the age is. People like that are on the internet dropping truth bombs. Can you believe that? Where you go, come on, dog. You don't even pay your own cell phone bill, and you're on here trying to tell America and how the world is supposed to be run and how people are supposed to think. You don't even know how to think, you little baby. You're a 23-year-old that's on your mommy and daddy's dime, dog. So why is that person why am I always like, I'm the bad guy? Because I'm just telling you like, hey, I don't know if you know this, but that's what's going on with you, dog. You're a racist. You're a homophobe. You're a this. You're a that. It's like, all right, man. All right, why don't we just do this for another 15 to 50 years and we won't ever fix the problem? How about that? How about that? It's all good. Let's get right into football. I'm talking football right away because you know why? The Super Bowl's coming. Okay, we now know who the Super Bowl teams are. Don't ever listen to me on my picks. I always go with the most powerful teams the game or two before the Super Bowl, and generally it's not a lot of times that team of recently. Unless you think the Kansas City Chiefs are that good. I don't. But again, they're probably going to win because I just have no respect for the Kansas City Chiefs and Taylor Swift and her yeast infections. I mean, I don't know. I assume Kansas City, the NFL wants they want their king to have more rings. It's probably what's going to happen, and they're going against the Eagles. The Eagles are the better team. And I don't even like the Eagles, but the Eagles are a better team. Saquon Barkley is clearly the MVP of the league. If they don't give Saquon Barkley the MVP of the league, there's something wrong out there. I mean, there really is something wrong out there if Saquon Barkley doesn't get the. I mean, if it's not Saquon Barkley for MVP of the NFL, who is it? Who is it? Who is it out there? You going to name, what is it, Mahomes? Is it Lamar? All the Lamar lovers out there. Lamar can't get past the first round in the playoffs. Never. Okay? And is it Josh Allen? Don't even get me started on Josh Allen. Those guys, Buffalo Bills, can never get past the Kansas City Chiefs. That was your game to win, guys. You should have kicked the field goal instead of going for 2-point conversions. You should have kicked the field goal. There's a lot of mistakes that Buffalo was making. And look, again, I guess the world doesn't need another guy out there talking about how the Kansas City Chiefs and the refs just, let them be them. And, look, the calls are atrocious. I mean, it's not a secret. All right. But Buffalo, I think they've lost to Kansas City. They said in 5 years, 4 times. And I think in that game, I don't know if they make it to the division every year, but I think they've lost to the Kansas City Chiefs 4 times in the last 5 years. And they need a real come to Jesus moment of how they get over the hump. Like how do you get past them? You gotta be able to beat them. I like Josh Allen. I think he's good. I think you know what? I think you need to have another gear, dog. I really do. I think real quarterbacks that are championship caliber quarterbacks, and there's not a lot of them, they have a gear that they kick in and they get you over the finish line and they beat people. Dude, I think Josh Allen has it in him. He just hasn't done it yet. So until he does that, I mean, hell, it's been a half a decade that he hasn't been able to beat the Chiefs. And I get it. The Cavaliers had the same problem when they were, battling Golden State Warriors all those years. I mean, LeBron James, he couldn't get past Golden State. All right. So that's what the Bills have right now. They cannot get past the Chiefs like the Cavaliers at one time could not get past Golden State Warriors and Steph Curry and in that squad. So they're going to have to figure it out. They're going to have more horse. I don't know what horsepower they need. I don't know if it's defense. I don't know if you need to step your game up on defense. I don't know if you need, their receivers. It seemed like Buffalo's receivers really stepped it up. I mean, a bunch of no names, but I mean, they're stepping up. When I seen Amari Cooper in that game, because he just got traded from the Browns this season over to there. I was actually happy for Amari Cooper. It was sad. It was happy and sad. It was like looking at it like an ex-girlfriend that you kind of liked, and then she's off, doing better things, and you go, bitch, It's something like that, but I mean, not really. I mean, good for Amari Cooper. I was rooting for Buffalo Bills to beat these guys. I don't know. Look, when I see people wearing Kansas City Chiefs gear, I go, ugh, who is this dude? Especially me. I don't live in Kansas City. I live in Chicagoland. And when you see dudes walking around Chicagoland with Kansas City gear, and you see it a lot because you always see it with front runners. Front runners, there's something about a front runner that I've always just been like, you're the worst. Front runners, like when you see people like when teams are winning, like remember when New England was always winning and you would see New England gear places and you go, you are such a front runner, dude. What a loser. Front runners are the losers where they're picking the team that's always winning those years where they go, that's my team. And it's like, oh, wow. Is that where your starting point is? The team that's in the Super Bowl the last year, 2, 3 years or something like that, and that's your squad, dog. And, I get it. If you don't have a pro team in your town, and you're doing front running stuff. I get that. What really bothers me is when you see people wearing that are from that town and they don't even represent their town. Like if you're like a Chicago Bears fan and you were born and raised there, but you're like a Chiefs fan or something. It's like, dude, you're the worst. It's like, just be a Bears fan. What does it matter with you? What kind of disagreeable person are you that you have to go for? And again, it shows you it's part of a weakness. When like you're like a weak person when you're going for the front runners. You're easily persuaded, okay? Like you're the voting you're the voting demographic that that political parties want, because they go, we could persuade this dude. And I get the arguments, but I don't want them right now. I just think front-running people are just the worst. And Kansas City's probably going to win another Super Bowl. And I think the Eagles are the better team. I think the Eagles, offense-wise, are just much better, and I think their defense is better. But they have to show up. They beat the Commanders. Look, Jaden Daniels, I don't think that was his fault. When you watch that game, and I watched the highlights again today, so they're all packaged up, and you've seen the bad moments and the good moments. Dude, I don't know how you can say that Jaden Daniels lost that game for the Commanders, because I don't think he did. I mean, the people that lost that game for them are the people that fumbled. I think Eckler fumbled. I seen Brown, the wide receiver, fumbled. There's another person, I can't remember who their name was. They fumbled. I mean, you can't fumble, okay? If you add up the points, there's 21 points just in fumbles. I don't know if they scored off that, but I think they did, or at least they got something off it, or they're taking the clock away. You're giving the ball over. You can't fumble in big games. And again, there's people out there that, again, know how to turn it up, and then they know how to come hard. You know what I'm saying? Like even on defense, where it's like we're hitting harder, we're smacking harder, we're talking harder, we're running harder, and that's what the Eagles did yesterday, and then that's not what the rest of the team of the Commanders did yesterday. They got to step up. And I get it. They go, that's a big moment. I don't care. They've all been in big moments. All these players have been in big college games. A lot of these players have, played for Clemson. They've played for Florida State. You don't think there's Ohio State. They've played for all the big schools, Alabama, Georgia. They've all been in big stadiums with a lot of people. So it's not like this is the first time that you're rolling you out there and you just got on America's Got Talent and you've never been in front of an arena full of people. Get out of here. They big boyed you, and you guys fumbled, and you guys turned over the ball, and you guys lost it, and I do not blame that game on Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels is a star. I think Jaden Daniels has the ultimate dog in him. And I really wish the Chicago Bears would have taken Jaden Daniels over Caleb Williams. I'm not going in on this for another 5 minutes, but at this point, if you're counting who's better, and you still think that Caleb Williams is better than Jaden Daniels after 1 year of NFL football, I don't even want to talk to you. You're caught on emotions, and you're caught on some misbelief. Dreamyland. Jaden Daniels right now has had a better, I don't think I'm going on a limb, has had a better NFL career year one than Caleb Williams. Okay? And it looks like he's by far better. Caleb Williams had arguably better receivers than Jaden Daniels. I mean, dude, Keenan Allen, long in the tooth, but still solid wide receiver. He's capable. Okay? He doesn't look broken down. Completely broken down. Dunze, future possible wide receiver star. Okay, looks very capable. Okay, and then you got Moore. You got DJ Moore. That guy's a stud of all studs. That guy's all heart and all talent and very good. And who did Jaden Daniels have? Terry McLaurin or whatever his name is. They had him. He had Brown, which, stepped up this year, but obviously he just fumbled in one of the biggest games of his career. He had him. And then he had Ernst, which you could argue that, Caleb Williams had Komet. And Komet Ernst, I think Ernst is still better, but Komet has a lot of he's capable also. So, yeah. Anyways, I guess I did go on it for 5 minutes, and I wish they would have taken Jaden Daniels. But guess what? That does nothing. That's all wishy-dreamy. I wish this happened, and grown men don't think like that. But let's get on to it, man. I guess if I was picking it, I think the Eagles are going to win. But the way I know the world works, it's going to be Kansas City most likely. I mean, my pick is to win the Super Bowl is the Eagles. I didn't root for the Eagles all year. I don't really care for the Eagles. I don't hate on any of the. I mean, I don't hate the Eagles like I hate Kansas City. I don't think much of Hurts. I think he's a middle of the road, below Dak Prescott type of quarterback. I really do. I think he's below him. He's obviously surrounded by a good team. And I know you can say that about a lot of quarterbacks, but Jalen Hurts is nothing special at all. He's nothing special at all. I think he's definitely overrated. And I think Saquon Barkley is one of the best running backs that we've seen in 10 years, at least. I mean, I don't think we've seen a better running back than Saquon Barkley since maybe Adrian Peterson. It's been a long time. I'm sure that, look, there's been running backs that pop their head up for a season or two that are very good, that crush it in fantasy. But I'm saying that has longevity and stuff and is the real one. I think Saquon Barkley is that. Excuse me for a second. I got a cough. Sorry, guys. I don't know if I'll cut that out or not. My editing's just slightly lazy. So yeah, I think and I think the Eagles have pretty good wide receivers. I think AJ Brown is a bit overrated. I think he's a good wide receiver, but I think he gets more respect than he should. I mean, he's a kind of a do nothing kind of dude. And I think old boy over there, that's God, what's his name? He's like a little Deshaun Jackson dude. I can't think of his name right now. That dude's very good. I think that dude's very good, but he's a very good number 2, receiver. This is Smith. Is it Devontae Smith? Am I saying that right? I don't know. Last name Smith. I think he's a very good number 2 receiver because when A.J. Brown went out, I had Smith on fantasy because I like him. I think he's a good receiver. It's just he didn't really do much as a number 1. I mean, he pops his head up here and there, but it's not like where it's like my opportunity is here. He's not a T. Higgins. And although I got my questions on T. Higgins, but T. Higgins is a much better receiver than even Smith. Different weapon, but yeah. So anyways, I don't hate the Eagles, and I like their defense. I just don't think, I think they're a better team. Kansas City knows how to get it done. That's probably why they're going to win. They give that coach a lot of credit. They give Mahomes a lot of credit. They get all the calls. I mean, Kansas City gets all the calls. I mean, you can't. It's like, please do not do anything to Kansas City is what the refs are saying. Like the NFL and the refs are just like, look, do not hurt our star, our little golden boy, because if Kansas City starts losing, guess what? They don't have Taylor Swift up there in the in the little box seats. They don't have Taylor Swift up there because Taylor goes, why would I need to go? My guy's not going to, whatever. Why would I need to go? They're not going to win. So if they don't have Taylor Swift there, they get less eyes. They don't have to Yeah. I don't even get into it. I don't know why the NFL. I do know why. I get it. They're doing it for fan base, and they're doing it just to show the world how much of a PUSSY the NFL is, and where we're at now, and yeah. Let me self-censor my own brain. Let's get into it, huh? Let's talk about the Chicago Bears. They got a new coach, Ben Johnson. I don't know. Is that a good move? I think it's a good move. I think it's better than some of the coaching hires that they've had over the years, which have been atrocious. I mean, dude, the Bears are one of the worst. I don't know who is in the room when the Bears are trying to hire coaches, but they're just terrible. I mean, go through. I don't know. Besides Lovie Smith, I mean, Lovie Smith was a great hire. Lovie Smith gets fired when it was 10-6 record. How do you get fired on a 10-6? They must have really hated Lovie Smith to get rid of him when they were 10-6. I mean, and then they bring in, I can't remember the names. Tressel? Was it Tressel? Who's the Canadian guy? They brought in him. Did they bring in Rick Martz or whatever his name was? They brought in him. They brought in this guy Uberflus. I don't even know who this guy was. Nobody even heard of this Uberflus or whatever the hell his name was. And then now they bring in Ben Johnson, which is going to work with the great Caleb Williams, and we'll see if he gets it done. But dude, Ben Johnson's probably one of the best hires that they've had in a while. And the good thing about them hiring Ben Johnson is it's really going to show you what Caleb Williams is really about. And all the people out there that's giving Caleb Williams all these excuses, this is going to show you what Caleb Williams is really about. Okay, if he can't get this done with Caleb Williams, or Caleb Williams can't get it done with Ben Johnson, it tells you everything. All right, we don't need to bring in other coaches or other offensive coordinators to get this done. All right, this is it. And the good thing is, within probably another 2 years from now, you're going to know if this Caleb Williams experiment actually worked or not. You know, you're going to know. You're going to know if Caleb Williams, because he's already had a season out, it's like, okay, you gave him his rookie season. You know, that we didn't expect much. We just wanted to see, kick the tires on him. But with at least year and a half, 2 years with Ben Johnson, you're going to really know whether you got to move forward or this is the bum that you're going to get stuck with for the next 5 years, even after another year or two. And you're just gonna ride it out. And I think that's mainly what it's going to be. I tell you what, man. Again, it's just my opinion. I'm just not impressed with Caleb Williams at all. You know what? You do the eye test on people, and you do the eye test, you just go, yep. I mean, dude, honestly, there's an argument that I would have rather them just keep Justin Fields if this is who the guy's going to be. I mean, you might as well just kept Fields. Could you imagine if they would have gave Fields the opportunity to have Keenan Allen and Odunze? And on top of another pick, because you would have traded Caleb Williams' number 1 pick overall for like 3 number 1 picks. I mean, again, and I'm not a huge Justin Fields. I get Justin Fields' limitations, okay? I get it. And I get the argument that you could say that Caleb Williams is better than Justin Fields. Okay, I guess. He didn't do much better than Justin Fields, even if he did better. Okay, the record I don't think is better. And they lost confidence in Justin Fields the season before he left or whatever. So, I don't know. I just think, you know what? I get it. They thought this guy was going to be the future, and I bet there's a lot of people listening right now that think this guy's going to be the future, and only time will tell. But from season 1, it did. Look what Jaden Daniels did. Okay, that's what a great quarterback does, where they take you to the next level, where they go, whoa. Look what Brock Purdy did. Brock Purdy's Mr. Irrelevant. And I know people go, Brock Purdy stinks. Yeah, I don't know. He seemed to, make a career over there, and he's about to get the bag, And I get it. You got your criticisms of Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy is better than Caleb Williams. Okay, if Brock Purdy isn't that good, he's better than Caleb Williams. And then people go, no, he's not. Okay, we'll see. Let's match up the stats within 2-3 years from now and see who's better. At least Brock Purdy, I mean, look, you could argue he has a better team, but Brock Purdy at least came in. He wasn't supposed to be nothing, and he became something, and whether you respect him or not. And I could care less about Brock Purdy. I'm just saying. I'd much rather, I think, have Brock Purdy than Caleb Williams. And I know that sounds ridiculous, but just doing the eye test on both, I'd rather have Brock Purdy. And I ain't over the moon on Brock Purdy. I ain't over the moon at all on Caleb Williams. I've seen it. We've seen it. Okay? And who knows? Maybe next season will be the year where you go, oh my goodness, he got with the quarterback whisper. He has the better plays right now. I get it. You could say Eberflus or whatever had a terrible offense. I get it. Yeah. But it's still, Caleb Williams didn't get it done. He didn't get it done. He had the opportunity. Get it done, dog. Hey, Bustin' Balls podcast on most platforms. Eric Pennell Comedy on others. If you like the podcast, please share it. If you don't, I totally get it. Guys, Bustin' Balls.